PKD Nambiar, I'd like to begin with you. Well, in a day and age, when inflation is becoming perhaps one of the most used, phrases or perhaps events to target the central government, how, wise is it and how prudent is it to have petrol, being increased by the state government of Kerala, and also liquor? Perhaps that is a model which also reflects the kind of money, the cash the state has. Do you think there's a problem in Kerala when it comes to cash at hand?
Well, Vineet, I'm a proud Malayali, but I feel really sad the kind of state of affairs, especially with regard to the state economy, is in a very, very, very bad state over the last couple of years. In fact, Kerala has always been known as a remittance economy, and the only three things which really works there is land, lottery, and liquor. These are the three revenues, or the primary revenue for the government. The government has been taking loan one after another, whether it is from the central, the banks or the central pool, or from rest of the places, over the last so many years, only to not even to pay the monthly salaries of the government employees and the pensions. So it's in a very, very, very bad state of affairs. The only challenge with the Kerala, despite it has achieved a large number of human index even in the 1970s onward, as compared to the level of the most developed countries like the US and etc. The problem is that Kerala as a state has not been able to create employment for its people. The only thing which it has specialized is to exporting the people. That is more of like to the Arabian countries, especially the Arabian countries, and over the last 2-3 decades, it is also the US and rest of the places. And the people like me, like you know that, my dear friend, I am here in Delhi in front of you just because that there is no opportunity in the state of Kerala. And now, when a state do not have any kind of an income source other than just getting into a business of lottery, that is, जिसको हम हिंदी में क्या कहते हैं, आप खुद समझ लो कि लॉटरी टिकट बेचकर सरकार चलाना है, दारू बेचकर सरकार चलाना है, और या लैंड के ऊपर टैक्स और रियल एस्टेट का माफिया के साथ मिलकर सरकार चलाना है. इससे ज्यादा दुर्गति और किसी गवर्नमेंट को कभी हो सकते हैं क्या? और अदरवाइज लोगों को, द पीपल हु आर हाईली स्किल्ड एम्प्लॉयड यूथ ऑफ द स्टेट. In fact, in this budget, even the finance minister was talking about that more than 20% of the population already, the senior citizens or above the 60 age in Kerala. It's becoming more of like the place of senior citizen. Yesterday I was sitting with one of the very senior editor who happens to be from editor-in-chief of a very large publication. He happened to be a Keralite. He was telling me that it is the oldest state in the country. Can you imagine that the oldest state? Whereas we talk about that India as a country is the youth is our power, Kerala is already in the verge of becoming a senior citizen place. There is nothing other than little bit of tourism, no industry. It ranks in when it comes to more than 1 lakh plus startups have been created in the country over the last 8 years. Do you know that only less than 200 numbers are there only from Kerala? It had an advantage of becoming an IT capital once. One of the first IT capital, it was in the Infotech Park was created in the state of Kerala in Trivandrum. It is continued to be one of the best, but they could not really maintain that kind of the natural beauty for international airports. There are multiple ports. All those benefits it had, it could not really get any benefit. Today, the challenge is that an average Keralite youth don't want to stay there because there is no opportunity available. And in this budget, some people would say that, yeah, what will the government do? The government do not have any money. They don't have any revenue source. They only have one way of getting this money to pay to the employees. This is not for the development. These money, what they are additionally charging from the point of petrol or from the even 6 rupees, they have increased already the milk in the last, before the budget. So everything they wanted to tax, they are additionally charging for the land, increase the tax for the land. If you have 2 houses, for an example, if you are having an ancestral house, maybe an old one, and for another house it's living in, you will have to pay taxes for if you have two houses, you have to pay.
Okay.
You have to pay additional cess for the petrol, the petroleum products. As you know, one more thing, Vineet, when the national government, the union government has reduced the tax burden on the fuel, Kerala was one of those very few states where they have not cut down or passed it on that benefit to the people. So when the whole country was reducing the petroleum cost, the Kerala government did not reduce that price earlier. Now, on top of it, they're adding it. So I think it's in a messy situation when it comes to the finances of the state. And it's only the politics, appeasement, which has been working. And I feel sad as a proud Keralite. My state is going through such kind of a crisis, despite having all the benefit of having naturally beautiful, one of the most beautiful, really a God's
and when it comes to resources,
becoming a devil's own country.
PKD Nambiar?
I think I would say it's a pure joke. I think somebody, whomsoever, as he said, the people, average number of people who reads newspaper and watch news in Kerala, in the average level is maybe at least 80% more than the national level, and every Keralite do understand the basics of it. Now let me tell you, in 2010 and 11, the central government transfer to the Kerala government money was 7,338 crores. As it progressed, 11-12 it is 9,700, 12 to 13 it is 9,862 crores. Then the new government, which my friend was just very fascinated that it is because of the union government is not giving money. That is called as the basic economic. Basic newspaper reading is only required. That is 13-14. It was 14-15 into power. Immediately there was a jump of 4,000 plus crores. That is 15,437. The next year, that is 15-16, it is 21,612 crores. 16-17, it is 22,376. Now, I don't want to go the whole through. Now, I will tell you 2021, the central government projects or the transfer to the state government of Kerala is 38,722. So now, my dear friend, basic school में अगर जाने वाला बंदे को ये समझ में आएगा, from 7,338 crore in 2010 to 11, today the government of India's transfer goes to 38,772 crores, and you are saying that the central pool has come down, central government transfer has come down. Come on. Basic economics, you don't require to become an economist, you don't require to become a political analyst to understand the basics. I think the problem is that fundamental problems. But as we're also seeing, despite one of the finest parameters, the best health facilities, best education, best, almost everything best. Can I ask you that why PKD Nambiar is sitting in Delhi? Or the people like me, why in the Arabian, on the desert land of Arabia, why every household has got one person in the Middle East from Kerala? Why the youth of after 20 years or 22 years of an engineering qualified guy from wanted to stay in Kerala? Why the people are staying not? So I think the basics we need to understand. The income of Kerala is basically limited to 2-3 things. If without any production, you don't produce any agricultural product, if the Tamil Nadu don't supply the milk and as well as the vegetables, or the Andhra and the Punjab is not supplying you the rice, which is your staple diet, how will you survive? The basics have been killed by the politics, both Congress and CPM, and on top of it, the appeasement politics. Kerala, will you be in Kerala by 2035 or 40? It will become, the Hindus in Kerala will become a minority.
Would like to thank all my guests for being a part of this conversation. Definitely something more is to be done for the pockets of the common man in Kerala.